This is the Scorecard, where you score the latest sports news and in-depth views. I'm Anton Roxas. On the Scorecard tonight, a rivalry with everything on the line and only one giant left standing. Let's break down the do-or-die clash between the De La Salle Green Archers and the Ateneo Blue Eagles, and hear from the man who took over when it mattered most. Twice to beat edges? Gone. Letran and Mapua crashed the party, forcing do-or-dies and keeping their title hopes alive. And with more winner-go-home action ahead, the playoff fire only gets hotter. PLDT and Savi Davison take on the surging Zus Coffee Thunderbells, plus Archery versus Petrogas to open the action. High stakes, big hits, the road to the PBL Finals starts tomorrow. A shocker from Netflix. Starting 5 is officially canceled. 2 seasons, a stacked NBA cast, but not enough to stay in the lineup. A breakthrough for Philippine tennis. Manila lands its inaugural WTA event, complete with big names, big upgrades, and big expectations. Here's a new target for Philippine archery, and it's being set by a coach with Olympic pedigree. A renowned South Korean mentor is now spearheading the country's push to rebuild, refocus, and aim higher on the world stage. All the headlines and more on the Scorecard tonight, the 26th of November. I'm Anton Roxas, and here is our roundup. A rivalry clash with season-on-the-line stakes, and it's De La Salle that survives the war. The Green Archers are marching into the UAAP Season 88 Final Four, outlasting arch-rival Ateneo 78-72 in a nerve-wracking finish. La Salle claims the final semis ticket and a showdown with #1 National University, who hold that twice-to-beat advantage. And tonight's hero, Jacob Cortez, putting on a full masterclass. 20 points on a scorching 9 of 12 shooting, along with 7 assists, 3 rebounds, and the clutch shots that kept DLSU steady through every momentum swing.
That's what happened is finally done with this elimination route. It was very tough. You know, we had a roller coaster like this standings, and everyone is pretty much the same. And this is like a great game, especially in preparation for the Final Four. We know we're going to do a lot more challenges, knowing NU and knowing NU is a tough team. So we're just going to celebrate today, but we're focused and practice.
And he had to shoulder even more with EJ Goliana out on suspension and Boris Marasigan ejected for an unsportsmanlike foul on Divine Adili. Cortez had no choice but to take over.
So yun nga, yung confidence ko. I've been, people saying that I've been doubting myself this past day, that during the losses, took it upon myself, well, to say take over, but all of my teammates did a good job. We had a lot of open shots. We had only 1 turnover in the whole second half. So, we can say I was just there to some out here.
And he wasn't alone. Mike Phillips turned in big numbers of his own. 13 points, 16 rebounds. Pure grit. Now, La Salle moves on, entering the Final Four with momentum and a blockbuster duel against top-seeded NU. As for Ateneo, a 6-8 finish. A season halted, and by their biggest rivals. Now, let's take a look at the playoff action in NCAA Season 101. The twice-to-beat cushions that should have secured safe passage for Benilde and Arellano? Gone. Obliterated. Vanished. Letran started flat, but once Jimboy Estrada and Kevin Santos got going, it was a full-blown Knights resurgence. Estrada dropped 22, Santos added a career-high 20, and Arellano folded in the clutch as Letran stormed back for an 87-78 stunner, forcing a do-or-die. A finals rematch from season 100, same result. Mapua domination. The Cardinals clamped down hard, rolled to a 73-58 win, and kept their back-to-back title dreams alive. Cyril Gonzalez led the charge with 17 points and 3 steals as the Blazers struggled all night. Looking ahead, Perpetual battles JRU. San Beda collides with LPU tomorrow at the Mall of Asia Arena in Pasay City. And mark the calendar, Letran versus Arellano and Benilde versus Mapua return for must-win showdowns on Friday at the Phil Oil Center in San Juan. High stakes, no safety nets, winner stays alive. The PVL Reinforced Conference is down to its final 4 and the heat just got real. The semifinals are set and 4 teams are now fighting for a shot at the crown. Headlining the matchups, the PLDT High-Speed Hitters, a team determined to prove they belong at the top and is aiming for a back-to-back-to-back title. Against the rising force of the season, the Zus Coffee Thunderbells, a newcomer squad turned legitimate contender. And for PLDT, the engine driving their semis run is none other than their explosive import, Savi Davison, who torched Cignal in the quarters with 21 points, 18 attacks, 3 blocks, plus 13 excellent receptions, and 9 big digs. And when we asked Savi how she manages to thrive under do-or-die pressure, she kept it real.
I think I like to get a little eager, so it's hard for me to calm myself down. But being here, being more comfortable in front of the audiences in high pressure situations, I'm able to recognize when I'm kind of stiff, when I'm kind of too stressed out, and when I can just calm down. So I'm glad that I'm able to also check in on myself as well as my teammates in that way, and they also know that I play better when I'm calm. So it's more of like just a growing curve for me. It's also a maturity thing. As you get older, you just get more, I guess, okay with high pressure situations. It's like, okay, this can be like a let go, or things happen.
But if PLDT wants a return trip to the finals, they'll have to survive another powerhouse, Zus Coffee, the number 2 team in the eliminations, and the same squad that just took down the Bella Belen-led Capital One Solar Spikers to book their first ever semis berth. The Thunderbells have been electric all conference long, with import Ana De Beer leading their offense. And for Davison, there's no underestimating this team.
It's going to be tough for sure. Like I said, we're going to, I think, try and it's more of like a serve and pass game and see if we can get them off the net a little bit and kind of exploit, the areas where they're not so strong. Of course, they're going to do the same for us, but it's definitely going to be a competitive match. We're going to go back and study for the next 2 days, I think, and then just, see where we find ourselves in the semifinals.
The showdown for a finals ticket, PLDT versus Zus Coffee, happens tomorrow at 6:30 p.m. at the Smart Araneta Coliseum. And before that, volleyball fans get another thrilling matchup. Archery Chargers versus Petrogas Angels, serving at 4 p.m. to open semis action. Now, in a surprising move, Netflix has officially canceled the Starting 5 docuseries after just 2 seasons. Despite big names and strong storytelling, the show never drew a wide enough audience to keep it on the platform's lineup. Starting 5 gave fans an all-access pass into the lives of NBA stars. Season 1 assembled a powerhouse cast: LeBron James, Jimmy Butler, Anthony Edwards, Domantas Sabonis, and Jason Tatum. Season 2 shifted to Tyrese Halliburton, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Kevin Durant, James Harden, and Jaylen Brown, chronicling the intensity of the 7-game NBA Finals showdown between the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Indiana Pacers. The series stood out for its intimate look at the players' personal lives, from family moments to career-defining milestones. But even with that insider appeal, Starting 5 failed to crack Netflix's top 10. Analysts say it simply couldn't generate enough buzz to compete with the NFL's hit series, Quarterback. Netflix hasn't announced a replacement, but for now, Starting 5 has taken its final shot. A major tennis milestone is set to serve up in Manila. The Philippines will host its first ever WTA tournament, the Philippine Women's Open, a 125 event running from January 26 to 31, 2026. It features a 32-player singles draw, 16-team doubles field, and $115,000 in prize money, all set on the newly upgraded hard courts at the Rizal Memorial Sports Complex. There was concern about a scheduled clash with the Australian Open, but PSC Chairman Pato Gregorio says Alex Eala's participation won't be affected, noting renovations and expanded seating for over 2,000 fans that is officially underway. And the PSC says this is only the beginning, with hopes of landing even bigger WTA events in the years ahead, together with our golden girl Alex at the forefront. With Olympic experience and proven winning systems, a renowned South Korean coach is now leading the charge to rebuild, refocus, and raise Philippine archery to global standards. Here is Sheila Salaysay with the details.
A world-class coach from South Korea is breathing new life into Philippine archery, bringing Olympic-level expertise, a winning mindset, and a vision built for podium finishes. After shaping multiple Olympic gold medalists, she now sets her sights on Team Philippines. Ryu Soo-jang, the archery master coach behind gold medals in the 2016 Rio and 2020 Tokyo Olympics, and a total of 5 Olympic gold medals, is now at the helm of the country's national program. Her mission: prepare the Philippines for the 33rd Southeast Asian Games in Thailand. And if the program continues its upward trajectory, Coach Ryu may lead the nation all the way to the 2026 Asian Games, the 2027 World Youth Archery Championships, and possibly the 2028 Olympics. The current Philippine archery lineup has 15 athletes, and based on Coach Ryu's early assessment, her goals are big, her expectations are high, and her belief in the team is unmistakable.
Which countries that we think easily we can beat them. So those are the insights that's already given to the team. So that's where they are really currently focusing. So very targeted, very strategic yung plans. She thinks right now, as of this point, bronze medal for the team, for our team and mixed team events is doable.
Despite receiving offers from archery powerhouses like China and Mexico, Coach Ryu chose the Philippines, a major win for the PSC and World Archery Philippines.
What she has observed kasi in most of our coaches, okay, when an archer comes, they just teach the technical skills. So what coach is now trying to help us is to build the structure, build the framework. It's not just really teaching the technical skills. The strategy in it, how do you plan it, what's the program. It's the winning program.
A 24-month partnership with Ryu is now in the works, with plans to bring in another Korean coach to further elevate the program. During PSC Chairman Patrick Gregorio's visit to the WAP headquarters in Marikina, he saw a team brimming with drive and focus, high morale, high energy, full commitment, game face on. The PSC has guaranteed full support, from grassroots development to elite training, and is open to private sector collaboration to push the archery program to new heights. The country's top archers are locked in, and by the 2025 SEA Games in Thailand, Southeast Asia will be facing a more prepared, more disciplined, and more strategic Team Philippines. Reporting for the Scorecard, Sheila Salaysay, Bilyonaryo News Channel.
And as the UAAP and NCAA near climaxes, we invited basketball coach and league organizer Coach Carmelo Navarro to help us analyze scenarios, share his predictions, and a whole lot more about college hoops when the Scorecard returns right here on the Bilyonaryo News Channel. And those were the results of today's NBA games. You're still with us here on the Scorecard. And tonight, we are joined in the studio by basketball coach and the vice chairman of the board of the UCAL. Let's welcome to the Scorecard, Coach Melo Navarro. Coach Melo, magandang gabi at maraming salamat sa oras.
Good evening, Anton, and to all the viewers, thank you very much for having me here.
You're a very busy man. You're the vice chairman of the board in the UCAL. You're also the assistant coach ng San Sebastian College Recoletos Golden Stags. So I guess to start off, Coach Melo, syempre, baka sa mga nanonood ngayon, mga college fans of sports, hindi familiar sa UCAL. Of course, this is happening at the same time as the UAAP and the NCAA. Could you tell us a little bit about the background of the UCAL?
Well, Anton, UCL started in 2016 with a goal of providing opportunities for the universities and colleges outside the two main leagues. So mainly we started with basketball, but right now in our 8th season, we have transitioned into a multi-sport organization. So we have a volleyball tournament as well. We have the street dance, we have our esports, we have 3x3. And for this year, we'll be having our badminton and table tennis.
And one of the schools na kasama ng UCAL is Philippine Christian University na dating miyembro ng NCAA. What are the other schools na kasama dito sa UCAL?
So we have Centro Escolar University. We also have Diliman College,
Okay.
Philippine Women's University, Manila Central University in EDSA Caloocan. And we also have two from Batangas, University of Batangas and Lyceum of the Philippines. And we have one in Cavite as well, yung PCU Dasmariñas. And yeah, we also have Olivares College in
Yun,
Parañaque.
Olivares. Oo, we have some players in the NCAA that actually came from Olivares like Peter Pan Barcuma,
Yes.
si Ray Joey Barcuma ng Perpetual. Coach Mike Sagigit also coaches for Olivares. Now, Coach Melo, saan ba napapanood itong Universities and Colleges Athletic League?
Well, UCAL is being aired live, of course, in our Facebook page and with our live stream partner, which is Smart Sports. And yun nga, kasama rin namin dito one of our probationary members right now, yung ICC, which is Immaculada Concepcion College.
Didn't one of the Benilde point guards play for ICC?
Yes.
Si ano ba? Si Ian Torres
Ian
ba?
Torres,
Ian
yes.
Torres, correct. And I'm noticing na meron kayong foreign student athletes as part of the UCAL.
Yes, in UCAL, we allow 2 foreign student athletes in the lineup, one at a time to play during
I
the game.
see. So similar rules as the UAP and the NCAA in the
Yes.
past. All right. Now, Coach Melo, you're also an assistant coach with the San Sebastian College Recoletos Golden Stags. Unfortunately, your season ended yesterday when you were eliminated by the LPU Pirates. But there were some positives. You scored some big wins against Letran and against Perpetual. You developed a very promising player, 20-year-old, the only player averaging a double-double in the NCAA, si Juniel De La Rama. Could you encapsulate the season, yung first season ni Coach Rob Labagala and San Sebastian?
Well, it was a tough season for us, being the youngest, probably the youngest team in the NCAA right now. We have at least 6 rookies coming from the high school level. So it was a tough situation to be in. But I believe, all things considered, it was a promising season for us.
Yeah.
We've seen a glimpse of greatness from the players. As young as they are, they were able to compete with the veterans in the NCAA. So I think the seasons to come it's going to be very good for the community of San Sebastian.
Yeah, and I mean, hindi biro na you had to start the season the #1 scorer in the NCAA in Paeng Are. This guy was averaging more than 17 points per game, but after 3 games, he departed from the lineup. And of course, you had some other internal issues. But in the end, I can say, based on my observations covering you guys and those big wins against big teams na binanggit ko, there were some positives in the first year of Coach Rob Labagala.
Well, basketball is about building character and overcoming adversity. And I believe this season, more than the technical side, more than the games, I am proud of the team that they were able to play with class, to show what they're made of, despite all the challenges that we went through.
Ngayon, Coach Melo, since eliminated na ang San Sebastian, I will put you on the hot seat since you also do some commentary as an analyst in several basketball leagues. Ipapa-analyze ko sa'yo yung mga natitirang laro sa NCAA. Grabe yung mga matchups. Earlier today, the underdogs, so to speak, I won't say like they're legit underdogs, but they were the teams that did not have the twice-to-beat advantage. Nakalusot pa. They were able to beat the teams with the twice-to-beat advantage. Letran beating Arellano, Mapua beating Benilde. So your thoughts on those games today na meron pa tayong Friday sa NCAA?
Well, before I get into that, I'd like to commend the NCAA for coming up with this format. It actually gave teams like us a chance to compete against the more seasoned teams in the NCAA. So, ang ganda eh. Everybody had a chance. Walang na-eliminate. So even our game yesterday with LPU, it was an exciting game. So kanina nakita nga natin yung mga upsets, di ba? So to speak. But again, this is playoffs basketball. You throw away the numbers. Anybody can win a ball game. Sabi nga na, pagandahan na ng gising yan.
Yeah. And tomorrow naman, mapapanood natin the top 2 teams in Group A and Group B, Perpetual and of course, San Beda. San Beda will be playing against LPU. JRU will be playing against Perpetual. Any predictions in this game? Would you say na this is a shoe-in for Perpetual and San Beda? Or tingin mo may chance pa tong dalawang teams, the Heavy Bombers and the Pirates?
Well, with the way LPU and JRU is playing, you cannot say na sure na yung top teams natin. No? And I believe this is going to be an exciting finish in terms of the top teams. They're going to be pushed to their limits. That's what I'm sure of. Lalo na with the way we're seeing in JRU. They're a very young team as well. Pero makikita mo yung fire sa kanila. And LPU naman, they're a seasoned team already. They know what it takes to win. And ngayon, this is the perfect time for them na mag-peak yung kanilang laro.
Coach Melo, before we move on to the UAAP, because there was a big game that happened today, Ateneo and Salle, sino yung nakikita mong mga kupunan na maglalaban sa NCAA Finals?
Oh, this is tough. But of course, I have to
give me 2 teams.
Yeah.
Give me 2 teams.
I have to give it to the top teams.
Okay.
Which is itong San Beda and Perpetual.
Perpetual.
But they earned their right to be the number 1 teams in their respective brackets. So it will be fair for them na sila ang makapasok. But again, it's not going to be an easy task. Kailangan talaga nilang pagtrabahuhan.
Now let's move on to the UAAP. Coach Melo, you and I were texting each other. You were sharing with me your analysis sa laro ng Ateneo at Salle. Tonight, we did a breakdown on the possible scenarios. Pero binura ng Salle lahat yon with 1 win against Ateneo. Nakabawi sila. What do you think was the biggest reason why Salle pulled away with the victory against Ateneo, eliminating the Blue Eagles?
Well, I was actually surprised with how the game was played. I was expecting a fast-paced type of game, but both teams played high-percentage basketball. And it was really a chess match between Coach Topex Robinson and Coach Tab Baldwin. It was actually a fun game to watch. No? And ang ganda sobra nung quality of the game that we had. Imagine only 6 turnovers for Salle.
Wow.
And 10 only for Ateneo. That's a great number, a testament as to how high the level of the game was played. Pero yun nga, Salle, they were the more composed team down the line.
Yeah.
Especially Cortez.
Yep.
He really lived up to his name. That shot that gave them the 4-point lead with 12 seconds left. That was classic Cortez. So yeah, that was it for them. It was just a matter of making the right plays down the line, and Salle ended up with a win.
So FU, even though they won against UST in the game prior to Ateneo, Salle, it didn't matter anymore with Salle winning against Ateneo. Now, Salle will play National University. 3 beses pa lang natatalo yung National University this season, twice against UP and once against UST. The chances of Salle against NU, is NU for real, Coach Melo?
Well, I believe that Coach Jeff Napas established a very strong program. It's his time. This is the perfect time for them to once again reach the finals and eventually win it all. But knowing Salle, even if they struggle in the eliminations, once it's the playoffs, they turn to a different team. They know how to win. It's a very proud program. So I think NU will really be challenged dito sa series.
Very interesting to see if NU can prove that they are for real. Quickly, Coach Melo, before we leave, Jared Bahay. Siyempre, Ateneo point guard, pinag-uusapan ngayon. Kasi there was a chance, once upon a time, that he would have joined UP and became the understudy of JD Kagulangan. And then nagkaroon ng lipat bahay headline. Biglang lumipat UP to Ateneo. And, he came from Ateneo in Cebu. Do you agree with the netizens na maaring nagsisisi itong si Jared Bahay sa kanyang biglang paglipat bahay from UP to Ateneo? Ano sa tingin mo doon?
Well, first off, I would speak for all the high school players na magka-transition into college. Well, it's really a tough decision because you may be the top player in high school, pero if you go to the wrong team, possible that the role will be given to you medyo hindi yung main or the key role, no? But as for Jared, he was given the main guard position for Ateneo. So
Yeah.
I'm a believer of standing by your decision. Regret is something I don't believe in. So I think for Jared, even though he could have won titles for UP,
Yep.
I think he's still with a good program and still has a bright future ahead of him.
Well, that's great perspective from a guy who spends his days 24/7 with collegiate athletes. Coach Melo, maraming salamat sa oras
Thank you
and
very
thank you for the great analysis that you shared here on the show. Coach Carmelo Navarro here on the Scorecard. On this day in 2017, Lewis Hamilton secured his 4th F1 World Drivers' Championship, becoming the most successful British driver in the history of the sport. And with that, thank you for joining us tonight. We'll see you again tomorrow on the Scorecard, where sports is our business and business is our sport on the Bilyonaryo News Channel. This has been Anton Roxas. Have a blessed evening, everybody. Good night.